to get this party started. And without further ado, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to introduce the first guy. The first guy is, most of us know who he is. There's a lot of new people that's on the call that don't know who these leaders, amazing leaders are. I'm going to introduce our first trainer, Zoom call Saturday trainer. The things him and his wife have been able to accomplish before 30 years old over the last 7 years is just pretty outstanding. And every time I edify either him or his wife, you might think I have a crush on them or something. And I have a WorldVentures crush on them for sure. I've been able to, grow as friends with them, and now they're family. Amazing story. But I met this gentleman when I was my first training in Baltimore, Maryland, back at the View with Robert Kiyosaki. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was my first event, and that just opened my mind up to everything. That was what sparked everything. That was the first time I was able to meet this gentleman. He started this concept when he was 22 years old. He was going to school to be a doctor, and him and his wife over the last 7 years has been able to make over $1 million with this concept. So you guys just listen to the nuggets, just soak everything in. I hope you guys have a pen and paper and just be able to just kind of take all the distractions away, the TV or whatever you're on, just listening, because this guy is an absolute beast. The company also sends him around North America to be able to travel and also train people, hundreds and thousands of people. So having him on this Saturday call each and every single week, I don't take it for granted. I hope no one else on this call does too as well. Without further ado, Dr. David Helgeson, did you make the call, brother?
I did, Mike. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Hey, well, I appreciate all those kind words. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's actually crazy little man Jet's first birthday today, so we're excited to have some fun with that. But even more excited to be spending Saturday morning like we do every Saturday. There's not a WorldVentures training event with all of you, 153 and growing right now. We do these every single Saturday. Mike, seriously, thank you so much for all you do in setting these up and hosting these each and every week. It's easy to just be the one to get on here and talk. It's a whole other thing to be the one running the whole thing start to finish. So I appreciate that, brother. And yeah, we got a lot of sharp people on here. I mean, I saw National Marketing Director Akil Cooper out of Wisconsin is on here, RMD's Corey Brown, and JR out in Canada and Chicago, respectively. We got the quadruple cycling machine Rico Gunn on here. There are all kinds of talent. Look, we have so much talent in our company, within the Team Get Paid Nation. Austin and I just feel very humbled to be able to go and share a few minutes with you guys each week on, not things that sound good theoretically, but stuff that actually works right now. Things that the top people, the people that are really making stuff happen right now in 2019 are doing, and things that you can go and apply to your business right away this weekend. We always say how you start the week is going to be how you finish the week. And so this is the beginning of the week. Our pay periods are Friday at midnight to Friday at midnight. So we like to start on Saturday morning to give the people that want to go get a big fat check in their bank account next Friday the opportunity to really go apply what's working right here, right now, to go and grow your business in a massive way. We get to be in business for ourselves, but we don't have to do it by ourselves. And that's what I love with this business, and these calls are an exact replication of that. So, before we get into some business building things, I just want to give a quick crash course on our membership. Whether you're brand new, I see there's a lot of brand new people on this call, and you're kind of wondering how to, utilize what you just bought. You spend $150, you have this $150 you could use to book towards some trips, but maybe you've never even logged in. You don't even know what it is that you really purchased. I just want to give you a quick crash course on that. And, for those of you that have been in for a while, make sure you do the same thing with your new people when they get started. Doesn't need to take more than 5 minutes, but show them how to use what it is that they just bought. Our app is called Dream Trips, or you can just go to dreamtrips.com. But we have over 1 million members globally in our company already. So this membership is not on trial. Understand what you're a part of right now, as I share my screen here, has won awards globally. Okay, so for the 179, 180 of you now on here and growing, understand what you're a part of is not some rinky-dink operation that your buddy is running out of his garage, okay? We've done $2 billion in sales in the last 3 years. We win world travel awards. These are like the Oscars of the travel industry, and we win them on multiple continents year after year after year. So you're a part of something that is very special and only gets better the larger we grow, which is really cool. So when you go on the app Dream Trips or you go to dreamtrips.com, you're able to go and access everything the membership has. The 3 things I recommend people playing around with initially, again, there are so many perks. I could spend an entire hour talking about just the membership. I'm just going to give you a quick crash course so you can play around yourself. There are Dream Trips, Anytime Escapes, and Dream Trips rewards. Again, when you signed up, you got a member ID number and a password. You should have got 2 emails. One contained that. The other one's a email from eWallet. For those of you that are in the United States, just delete that email. You don't need that. That's for international currencies to be able to pay and get paid. So you can delete the eWallet email, but the other email you got shows you your ID number and a password. For those of you just getting started, the first number begins with a 3. You use that ID number and password to log in. And then again, Dream Trips, Anytime Escapes, Dream Trips rewards. Dream Trips, those are pre-put together vacations, very VIP, that we set on dates for you. So you can, there's thousands of them each year. New ones get added every Friday. For Platinum members, you get the access to that even earlier than that. But you can sort it by the region, where you want to go. And again, the whole point, it includes more than your hotel stay. Let's say you want to go to San Francisco wine tasting. It'll tell you when you click on each trip, everything that's included. So like this one includes not just the hotel stay in San Francisco, it also includes a full day wine tour, includes the multiple tastings. They'll throw you a party with free drinks the first night that only Dream Trips members are invited to. There's a host there that can help you with any other extra things that you want to go and do. And again, because you're a member, you're already getting a discount. Then the money you spend to be a member lets you make that discount even cheaper. So notice if you had 225 points, that's like taking $225 off the already deeply discounted price. Then from there, there's Anytime Escapes. Anytime Escapes don't necessarily include all the excursions and stuff. Some of them will still include food and drinks. But what's cool with Anytime Escapes is just like the name, you get to book them anytime. So like there's Dream Trips we'll do, for example, to the Dominican Republic. And they might also include like snorkeling or something cool like that, but they're going to be on a set day for you to go to. If you want to go on and have it more flexible on your dates, you still can go to the same kind of places we would do Dream Trips, but you get to pick the dates with it. Like this one's a presidential suite, food, drinks, and your hotel stay, $59 per night. I mean, it's mind-boggling. I can't even stay in Minneapolis, Minnesota for that, yet alone go into a presidential suite all-inclusive. Again, that's the value you're getting with our membership. And then if you just want to book whatever trip whenever, you never have to pay full price again. Go to your reward site. You can click, for example, hotels. Let's say you want to go to Vegas. We didn't have an Anytime Escape or a Dream Trip during the days you wanted to go. No problem. You can pick, or maybe there was, one place to stay, but you've already stayed there. You want to stay somewhere else. Just use your reward site. Any hotel, anytime, you're getting the guaranteed best public price, plus you get to use these rewards credits that drops the price even more. So for example, on these dates, you can stay at the Westgate. That's a 4-star resort right on the Strip. That's where the biggest sports book in Vegas is. So like when you see the Super Bowl odds and everything get set, like that's where it's done at. I stayed there over Halloween. Awesome property. We get it for $59. That's not per person. That's total for everybody that's in the entire room per night, which is just crazy right on the Strip. If you want to take cruises, we got those. If you want to go get a car rental, you're going to save money doing that. You want to rent Airbnb type properties, you're going to be able to use the money you spent to make those cheaper. And every time you book a flight, we guarantee it's the best price. Plus, you get to earn points, again, a point being $1, a dollar being a point, just for booking it on your site. So exact same airline carrier you normally would go to, but instead of you booking it on, Expedia or, Delta.com or wherever else, book it on your site. You're guaranteed the lowest price, plus you get another 50 to 100 points, which is money you get to use towards future travel. So there's insane benefits. The vast majority of people join in. I'd say in my organization, it's about 90%, it feels like right now, are getting the Platinum membership. There's a whole bunch of other perks you get with that. You get automatic roadside assistance. You get automatic travel insurance. If you ever get sick, either on vacation or at home, you have something called telemedicine. Instead of sitting in urgent care, you can FaceTime a doctor. All kinds of perks, like I said. We could spend, literally an entire hour just going through all that. My point is this: if you spend 5 minutes playing around, even a little bit on it, you're going to see it's the best membership you've ever had and the last membership you'd ever want to get rid of. Because remember this, if you spend your money on the membership for the entire year, every dollar you spend, you don't lose it, you get to use it towards the trips. Think of it more like a vacation savings account. You don't lose the money. You're just going to get to use it towards trips you already want to take. That gym membership you have, if you don't go use it, each month you're losing it. Even Netflix, that $15 a month is hitting your account. And if you're not watching movies, why are you paying for it? Here, even if someone forgot they spent the money on their membership and it took the money out of their account each month, it's sitting there in an account to use 12 months from now still too, which is really, really cool. So I love our membership. I highly encourage you to go utilize it. I know Austin was going to talk about our new promo, the $69 cruise is coming out, which is just crazy. I've taken one of those before too. All kinds of insane value you can get out of this. Just go play around where you want to go, and I would highly encourage you, get something on the books. Even if you can't take a trip for 90 days or 6 months from now, just find something you plan to go on. It's going to help not only grow your business, but again, we have an amazing membership, and you get to use all that money. Almost everyone on this call is going to spend more than $150 on random hotels paying full price if they weren't a member of this. Now you get to do it at wholesale instead of retail. So as we kind of jump into some business stuff, let me bring on our co-host here for this entire training calls that we do each week. Regional marketing director, one of, if not the top incrementor in the entire state of Indiana, one of the top incrementers and trainers in all of WorldVentures as well. One of my good buddies, Mr. Austin Grate. Austin, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir. Thank you, David. Can you hear me all right, bro?
Loud and clear, bro. Let's rock this.
Sounds good, man. Well, happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for getting on. It's awesome to see these numbers grow and grow every single Saturday. Finally back from LA, and I have not seen the sun in 48 hours. So welcome back to Fort Wayne, Indiana. HB, I might be visiting Pensacola here very soon. But anyways, man, this is what it's about. And David, I don't know if you wanted to cover the direct deposit. We can touch on that a little bit later too, but man, this is what it's about. This is definitely a representative, training call also when it comes to actually making the money and how we get ahead in WorldVentures and how you move forward in your life. And I was listening to some personal development the other day, and a quote that I read and listened to, I play this almost every other day, if not every day. And it says, if you want it, you got to go get it. Execute. Yep, it's hard. Yep, it's difficult. The process is weeding out the weak. And so many different tangents that we listen to in personal development and at church, and really everything that we do in WorldVentures is so cool because it's a travel club, but we can apply this type of personal development to anything that we want in life, whether that's your job, whether it's your relationship, whether, your marriage, whatever that is. You can apply that line right there to just about anything that you want to touch. And it's a powerful line that I use to motivate myself consistently, because the business doesn't always go as fast as you want it to. It doesn't always, one thing Dr. David Peach, one of my mentors, and a lot of you guys know him on the call too, is he always just said, Austin, it could always go faster and it could always go slower, right? Like when you complain about, I almost hit the triple cycle. I only cycled one type of week, like one time that week. You could have had, I could have had 50 people join my team. Well, you could have had no people join your team. You could have only had 5 people join your team. You could only had 10 people. So it could always be better. It could always go faster. I mean, if you cycled 100 times in 1 week, you know what? It could still go faster, but it could still go slower too. So the ones that win here in WorldVentures are the ones that are able to stay on that line and just be a pro. And a lot of me and David were talking about what Byron Schrog said, and above my WorldVentures tab on my computer and in my notes on my phone too, it says play to win. And me and Akil were talking about that too. It's like you can, win the day, David, what we were talking about before the call, win the day and play to win. Win the day, play to win. And if you just keep that in the front of your mind consciously when you're going into the meeting, like, are you going in? It's like, I think I talked about this on one of the other calls, like when I was in sports, like we had teams beat before we got on the field because of our mindset, not always because we had the best lineup. But that type of mindset with playing to win and winning the day, if you go into those meetings like that, I'm telling you, man, with that type of mindset, it's unbelievable the different outcome you'll have after that meeting. Are you going in knowing and confidently believing you got the best membership out there? Are you going in there confidently and believing that they're about to sign up? Or are you hesitant and kind of defensive if they say pyramid? Or are you reacting, or are you attracting? And that's how we build this business, with that mindset in the front, like playing to win. I go into every single presentation that I do knowing that not just me alone, but our team, our Zoom calls. There's people all over the nation on this call right now, okay? 218 from all over the US, some international too, that our team, our WorldVentures family, can add value to every single person's life out there. And when you lead with that the walls go down and the productivity goes up. And it's a special thing. It's a special thing to have. And, touching back base on David's membership training, we got the $69 cruise coming out. Okay. Which I think the first chunk of those are already sold out or something like that. All right. It's a $69 cruise. The ship only has a certain amount of rooms, right? The ship has to come back and take the next group of passengers. We had this 5 years ago, and when I was in, it didn't last long because for whatever reason, but our new executive staff is putting it together. So just don't oversell when it comes to WorldVentures, especially with the $69 cruise. I love seeing people post about it. That's excellent. But just don't oversell it to the point that it's like not real. Like, might as well just post free cruise, just pay the taxes. Like, we want to be authentic when we're reaching out with people and we're sharing the membership. And I personally love to just, deliver the best, but I hate over promising and under delivering because we oversold it. Like, the $69 cruise is available to everybody all the time. Join WorldVentures, blah, blah, blah. Like, then you sound like a real salesman. Like, go sell used cars, okay? All right, go, like, whatever that is. Like, don't be that guy. See, everybody, listen to this line right here. You can correlate this to anything, okay? Nobody likes to be sold, right? When you're sold, you feel like salesman. That's such a negative word in the world, sales, blah, blah, blah. But nobody likes to be sold, but everybody likes to buy. If you've ever watched Crystal walk through Target, okay, she is a buyer and she is being sold every 3 steps, okay? So, see, she likes to buy, but it's the feeling of how she's being sold. Does that make sense? Are you guys following me on that? See, nobody likes to be sold, but everybody likes to buy. So if we just can deliver the best possible way with integrity and offer what we have. Hey, the $69 cruises, these are specials, hot sales, hot flashes, or whatever you want to call that we offer consistently. Whitney and I's first dream trip was a $79 cruise. I thought for sure I was cleaning dishes. I thought for sure it was a one-way. I didn't know, but I didn't care. The one-way was better than no way. And we booked that $79 cruise to the Bahamas, 6 days, 5 nights, and we toured 3 separate islands there. I mean, that is value. That is an experience. I mean, most people would get a membership just for that one-time deal and go from there. So really just bring to the table what we have, and we're gonna have a lot of fun doing this. So going back to play to win and win the day. There is one way to win the day. Today, every single day, me and Whitney try to get in 3 to 6 presentations a day. And now when you're getting started, you're thinking, how the heck is that possible? 3 to 6 presentations. I have kids. I've got 2 jobs. I've got, somebody sick in the family, right? These are all, you have to understand, life is life. All right. And if you can apply some of the skills that we are going to teach on this call, you can win the day, and you can win in a big, big way. So what I always do is, it could always be good, it could always be better, and it could always be worse. But at the end of the day, when I'm feeling stressed out, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling like things could go this way or go that way, I literally put both hands up like this. And I go, you know what? Here's the hands that you're dealt. How are you going to play them? How are you gonna react? How are you gonna play ball? How are you gonna play to win with the hand that you're dealt, with the schedule that you're dealt, with the people that you're dealt, with the network that you're dealt? Like, you can either complain about that or you can freaking lace up and play ball. And David and HV and the team that they are putting together on Zoom and a lot of different others. David, you want to just kind of like interview and talk about just sort of like the do's and don'ts and how-tos to set up that hand, to set up to play ball so that we can win the day. Yeah,
for sure. Mike, if we can get HV unmuted, we're going to bring him on here in a second. Let me share my screen to kind of go back and piggyback off of all of that. That was really good. So like we were talking about, to set up direct deposit, that's the last thing I was going to show you guys here real quick. So when you go to worldventures.biz, so Dream Trips, that was your membership website, and there's an app for it. The business, for those of you that are reps, is worldventures.biz. So when you log on there, if you click here, so you go, welcome to your back office. If you can't find something, click here. Click here, which there, and then this will bring you to what we call our legacy back office. This is where right now you can set up your direct deposit. So you click my account, my profile, and then click commission payout. Set the threshold of when they want you to pay. So it's set at 50 if you want to pay it at $1. Because remember, when you make one sale, you get 20 bucks. And any sale you make so any of you that made a sale all the way up till midnight last night, this Friday you have a check ready for you. But either set up direct deposit or paper check. You put direct deposit, you just type your account info in, and then again, you get paid every Friday for the weekly things you go and do. So just so everyone knows, that's how you can set up your direct deposit to go and get paid. And Austin hit it right on the head. Look, you're dealt the hand that you're dealt with. Everybody's busy. Everyone has stuff going on. We all understand that. Like when I started, I was going to school to be a chiropractor. I was busy because I was taking a bunch of classes. There's other people on this call that have multiple kids, or are running multiple businesses, or pastoring a church and volunteering on the side, or everyone has stuff going on. But what we wanted to kind of give you guys today is just some things you can do to really maximize the amount of potential you can get out of the little bit of spare time you can carve out. So if you could give 1 hour a day, we want to show you some things that maybe will help you show a little more people with that 1 hour. If you only have a couple hours total in a week, we want to give you some things that maybe can help you maximize the results you can get with the limited time you have starting. Because we all start in our spare time, very part-time. I did this part-time for 4 years before I went full-time. And again, it's not necessarily a dollar amount. Like I was making a 6-figure income still doing it part-time. So, very much understand the amount of income that you can make isn't necessarily dictated by the amount of hours you have to be able to get put in. It's all about plugging into a system and cloning other people to be able to go and do the same thing. So what we love with Zoom, not only because normally to have 218 people, hearing something like this, they'd have to physically go to a training event, which those are very great. Can we all agree it's nice? I mean, Austin's sitting at home in his underwear right now. It's nice that we can all be in the comfort of our own home as we go through all of this stuff. But one way we've been utilizing and showing a lot of people recently is utilizing Zoom for our presentations. Now, I don't mean that we do different things called like sizzle presentations, where we do nationwide people call in, and different people like Austin or myself are the one hosting those. Well, those are great. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is using Zoom to do your individual presentations. So meaning, yes, we can show people at our house or their house or the weekly meeting or happy hour or coffee, all awesome things, all things I still do and still highly recommend doing. What I like with Zoom is you can show someone individually from the comfort of your own home. So now you don't have to have as much time to be able to drive there and back. You don't have to have a place that you're meeting that maybe they don't know where they're going. They haven't been there before. It's all very comfortable just to get them on a Zoom call where they can be at their house and you can just be at your house. And again, for that single mom that's dropping her daughter off at ballet practice, instead of not having any time to do this because her daughter had ballet practice that night, so she doesn't have time to go somewhere to an actual physical event, while she's in the car waiting, she could do a quick Zoom call and she's still able to grow her business in her spare time. So again, it just allows people to show people quicker in a shorter amount of time. One guy that's been doing, and there's a lot of people that have been having a lot of success, growing very, very quickly. One guy we just wanted to bring on that we picked today is HV. HV is out of Pensacola, Florida. He is one of the newest directors in all of WorldVentures. He just walked stage at our international convention for about 10,000 people. But the reason I wanted HV to speak specifically is this is a guy that truly is showing at least 5 people a day. And he's built his entire organization off of Zoom. So HV, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir. You can hear me?
Hey, I can hear you, bro. So right there, he's in the lab right now. That's exactly where it goes down right there. So listen, bro. I think a lot of people know your story on here. There's some newer people and stuff as well. If you wouldn't mind, just real quick, kind of share a little bit what's happened to you so far, and then I know we were talking about some things that were really, really helpful on helping new people get plugged into Zoom. Some skills if they're going to work on and want to start practicing this week, kind of what that looks like. Would you mind kind of touching on that?
Yeah, bro. So few of you guys know my story. I've been doing this since January. Me and my brother Leroy just walked stage as director. So still kind of new to this thing, but just a few things for you guys, man. Look, when I came into this, literally, I walked into this with an open mindset, literally knowing that I've never done anything like this. You know what I mean? So that off rip was me coming into this with an open mindset. I was coachable. I was like, all right, look, I'm going to learn from people who have what I want. They're going to teach me to get what they've got. I can only, you know what I mean, elevate from there. So that was the biggest thing with me coming in, you know what I mean? So I just came in as a baby, you know, and they've coached me up. David, Crystal, Rico have coached me up every step of the way. You know what I mean? So 3 things that really just have helped me in my success is that the 3 things that I've gotten really good at is really just the inviting process. You know what I mean? So this all starts with inviting. We don't have to sell what we have. We just have to invite people to see it. You know what I mean? So literally just inviting people. There's a right way, there's a wrong way to go about it. I know I posted a video the other day in the announcements page about, you know, the right way and the wrong way to go about it. Look, we have a system in place for us to become successful. It's up to us to plug into that. You know what I mean? So this isn't something that you have to reinvent the wheel with. It's already been mapped out for us. It's up to us to just plug in, you know? So we have, I mean, on the Dream Trips app, if you go to your settings, there's rep tools. You know, you can watch videos on the proper way to invite, you know, the 3-step setup, you know, the proper way to do the presentation, all of that. It's just up to us to go and watch those videos, you know, and just learn, ask our leaders for help, you know? So that's one thing really, if you really want to be successful with this, the 3 things that you need to get good at is inviting, edification. You know, you don't have to know how to do the presentation off the back. Just use your upline, you know, use your mentors, the people who signed you up, let them do the presentation for you. But the 3 things that I've gotten really good at is inviting, edification. Whenever I have David or Crystal hop on a call, I let the person that I'm doing a presentation for know exactly who they are, you know? So if David was to hop on the phone with me, on a Zoom call with me, I would let the person I'm doing a presentation for know, look, this is my mentor. He's made over $1 million with this. This is a big deal. This is somebody who's coaching me, teaching me every step of the way. So I need your undivided attention for the next 10 minutes and listen to this guy, you know, give this presentation for you. So once David gets on the phone with whoever I'm on the call with, they know off rip that this is something that's serious. You know, this is something I need to give him my undivided attention. So that's that. And then closing, man, look, as far as selling this, like I said, you don't have to sell a $69 cruise, you know, a 5-day, 4-night stay in the Dominican Republic, all inclusive for $78. You don't have to sell that. You just have to invite people to see that. At the end of the presentation, man, look, you have to get excited and just ask for the sale. You know, like, listen, I'm going and people don't operate off of what they can gain from signing up. People are going to operate off of what they're going to miss out on, you know? So whenever I got started, I was new to this. I knew I had a vision in my head that, listen, I'm going to go and put thousands of people in this system by the end of the year. I want you to come with me. I don't want you to miss out on that. You know what I mean? I'm offering you the best position on my team. So I want you to come and join me. You know, are you coming or not? Are you in or are you out? Are you ready to get started? You know, you have to just ask for the sale. We don't work for free around here. You know, your time is money. If you don't ask for the sale, you're basically working for free. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit right there, David.
Drop that mic, bro. Well, okay. So many good things in there, Austin. You can jump in right after this too. So again, so if you want to be able to utilize, however we're showing, Zoom anywhere you're doing meetings, understand for getting people started, just like you said, there's 3 things you want to start working on to get better within a skill set. You want to learn how to invite people to see this. You want to learn how to edify, meaning to build up. So you don't have to have somebody that's a regional marketing director and above to be able to edify. This is, you know, hey, this is my buddy Bob. Bob just got started 2 weeks ago. Super sharp, motivated guy. You're one of the first people that he wanted to get this in front of. We're really excited to share it with you. Like, you're just building up, saying something nice. You can build up the opportunity. You're building up the person that's going to talk, you know, or share their story or help you do the presentation. And then again, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. All that was so good. Austin, you got anything followed up you want to do with that?
Yeah, HV. I just kind of want to interview you a little bit. And when it comes to like setting up, these Zoom calls, okay? You have to understand that, yes, we want to get in 3 to 6 to 10, whatever your goal is with WorldVentures, to get those presentations in a day. But I'm a firm believer of quality over quantity. So if HV is setting up a call and he hits me up and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll hop on Zoom. You guys got to understand, Zoom is usually taboo to most people. I mean, I never heard of Zoom or anything like that before WorldVentures. It's not like a hot social media app that like people are like, yo, get on this app. You know what I'm saying? So that's usually different to people. Hey, download this app. It's like FaceTime, but you can share your screen. That's an easy line. But what if I'm like, cool, HV, I got it downloaded, man. I'm on the way to dinner with my girl. I'm on the app. What's good? What do I do? Okay, cool. So now pitch me, HV. It's cool. I'm free, bro. I'm on the phone, but I got the app downloaded. Like, what's good?
Yeah, man. So look, what I do first of all is figure out when people are free. Okay. So I want to be efficient with my time. I don't want to just have somebody hop on a call. They're driving. If somebody's driving, they get on a Zoom call with me, I reschedule, because listen, like I said, my time is money. If you're not giving me your undivided attention, we got to set this up for another time, So if you're going out to dinner.
Okay. But HV, I got this downloaded, bro. Like, what are you so hype about?
Listen, okay, so look, I'm going to start a meeting. I'm going to send you a 9-digit code real quick. Hop on here. Like I said, it's just like FaceTime, but I can share my computer screen with you. What I want to tell you is 90% visual, so you have to see this. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way that I go about it. I just explain a little bit about, the reason we're on this app right now. It's just like FaceTime. I can share my computer screen, show you what I want to tell you, because what I want to tell you is 90% visual. You have to see this.
Cool. There it is, family. I mean, that is textbook. You could literally record that 30-second window and play that on a national stage across the world with how to set up WorldVentures to a T. If you can master that line, that's all you have to do. Master that one line, just one line. Get good at that, and life will be drastically different. So let me see here. Setting up the Zoom. Okay, that's how you set up the Zoom. You guys still have to clear the date. If I'm driving to dinner with my girl and someone, hits me up to watch that, that's not a quality meeting. There's no possible way that he can consciously see that type of information and make a yes or no question right there. And you're going to ruin that prospect. And in my head, when I'm building with somebody new, they got a list of 100 people on paper after I'm done with them. So you just ruined 101 prospect list for you because you just didn't wait a day, a couple hours to just set that up, So after that presentation, he's clearing the date. He's setting up the Zoom call. He's edifying the presenter. Then after the Zoom call, guys, we still have to learn how to close and what to say after these Zoom presentations. So after the presenter, and this is just as good for a one-on-one coffee shop. This is just as good as at a travel party, okay? After, for example, if me and David, we're doing the presentation, okay? After I'm done giving that presentation to David, it is up to the person who invited them on the call to step in and say this. What does that look like for you, HV?
Yeah, so, you have to close your own friend, okay? So I can hop on a call with you, David. You can hop on a call. Anybody can hop on a call with you, do the presentation, but at the end of the day, you have to be the one to close your friend. So with that being said, David gives the presentation for me. I hop on. I tell him, look, I'm going to go and do this. I'm all in on this. I'm going to put thousands of people in the system. Listen, I want you to join me. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm excited. I let them know, look, man, come on, lock arms with me. Are you ready to get started? And then I just shut up and listen and wait.
Right. And understand, notice the difference of what's going on. He's like there's a difference between like Austin was talking about over promising, under delivering, and telling people where you're going. So I'm assuming the other 224 people on this call felt that like me, like I believe him when he says that. I'm like, he's probably actually going to go put thousands of people in. Holy crap. Versus, I got 42 people on put on your team right now. All you got to do is join. You're going to make $1,000 a month, and I guarantee. Like, you're not over promising. You're just telling people where you're going. But again, nobody wants to be one of your four. So, you know, when you guys are getting on here and you're closing, like you feel the passion that HV is talking like that. Like you wouldn't know getting on with him, whether he was brand new, whether he was a director, whether he was an IMD. He was just talking with passion. And you could tell this is someone that's going somewhere. Now, if your friend can feel the desperation, the commission breath on you know, coming off of your mouth that you need them so you can finally waive your fees, nobody wants to be a part of that. They want to be a part of something going, dang, you're about to go somewhere big time and I got tipped off to it first. Like, let's go do something big together. So, you know, understand that when you're getting through all this and through everything. You don't have to do any of this by yourself. There are people that will help you what you need to teach you what you need to say to invite a friend on. There are people that will come on and help do the presentation for you. There are people that will help answer questions at the end and even help you get them started. So in the beginning, you don't have to do much of this on your own. But then as you continue to grow, here's how you grow a big business. And I've watched, you know, HV and Leroy and Rico and so many other people go and really have a massive, massive growth here these last few weeks and few months, because then they start cloning other people to do it. Why I like these Zoom calls, you can go through a 5-minute presentation and you teach your friends then how to go and do the same thing. Notice I said 5-minute presentation. When you're doing these Zoom calls, this is not taking a whole lot of time. I literally time myself. My buddy Keith Anthony's on the call right now. You can ask him right now. He times me. I don't talk more than 6 minutes start to finish when I say the name of the company, WorldVentures, to are you ready to get started? So go through it quickly. Nobody remembers all of the details. Some of us, like, you have to get back to having a childlike enthusiasm. And I feel that childlike enthusiasm in HV, which is one of the big reasons I believe they're having the success. Because you're not getting all caught up trying to explain every detail of everything. When I say childlike enthusiasm, explain this in a way a 5-year-old would get it. Like, explain that, like, I used to coach T-ball back in the day. You understand, I wasn't sitting there for my 2 little cousins. They were there. It was their T-ball team I used to coach back when I was like 13, 14 years old. And I didn't understand this stuff then, but it totally applies to something like this right now. I wasn't teaching those guys, you know, all of the exact Major League Baseball details. You know, Austin played college baseball. If he was a T-ball coach, he's not sitting there explaining the stuff to the level that his college coaches were teaching him. You're explaining it to a bunch of 6-year-olds. Like, what are we talking about here? That's all everyone understands. They don't even remember the name of the company. Most people think the name of the company was WorldVentures. It's WorldVentures, no A, okay? And they hardly remember it had to do with travel and making money. But that's all they need to be able to make a $150 decision. So don't get caught up wasting way too much time explaining it. Don't get caught up trying to explain way too much in the invite. Don't get caught up trying to way too detailed answer their questions. Just have that childlike enthusiasm and understand that's enough for them to be able to decide, yeah, I want to travel. Yeah, I'd like to make some extra money. So I see Crystal's typing here. What would you tell someone who's struggling to get people to sign up in their business? Yeah, HV, what would you tell people who are struggling to get people to sign up in their business?
Me personally, I don't take excuses. Okay, there's no excuse in this world that will sell me on why they can't do this. Whether it be money, I literally spent my last dollar getting started with this. This is a vehicle. At the end of the day, this is not spending money. This is investing money to be able to go and make money. So the money aspect, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. If it's the time aspect, I've seen people who work multiple jobs or involved in a bunch of organizations on campus, at school, you know, their fathers, mothers. There's no excuse when it comes to this. Either you're going to do this or you're not going to do this. Either you want it or you don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So as far as struggling to get people to sign up with this, listen, like I said, you have to let people know where you're going. At the end of the day, man, you have to just let them know, like, dude, this is something that you need. Like, if it's somebody who tells me, like, oh, I don't have the money for this. Exactly. That's why you need this. This is something you can go and make some more money. You know, if somebody says, oh, this is something that I don't have the time for. Exactly. This is time freedom right here, man. We can go and create a lifestyle where you don't have to go and clock in for somebody. You know, this is what we were talking about, you know, so that's really, like I said, there's no excuse when it comes to this. Either you're going to do this, either you're really about it or you're really not. You know, we don't want to have to beg people. You don't have to beg people in this. You know, if that's the case, you're going to have to babysit those people once they do get into your business. We're looking for the people that are looking for us. The same way all 232 of you guys on this call seen value in this, we're looking for the same exact people out there, the people who are seeing value in this. So whenever it comes to recruiting, you don't have to bring in anybody into your business. This is your business at the end of the day. You're looking for people who are quality people. So.
Hey, HV, what's up?
Yo.
How you doing? Okay, I had a follow-up question to that as well. So let's say someone's been in WorldVentures for years, or let's say they've been in WorldVentures for a couple weeks, a couple days, and, you know, they're out there, they're showing people, they're doing the presentation by themselves, but at the end of the day, the people aren't signing up with them. What is your advice? Like not to handle an objection, but let's say someone's not where they want to be in their business and they, you know, they're doing the presentation or, you know, they're inviting and then they're showing people, but they're not signing up. Like, what's your advice for someone who may be struggling at that point?
Yeah, you just have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you staying true to the system? You know, like I said, there's a simple system that is in place. You have to look yourself in the mirror. Like, if you're not getting the results that you want, it's not because the business doesn't work. You have to look at yourself and say, am I doing exactly what I should be doing to, you know, reach the level of success? You know, whether it be the inviting process, whether it be giving presentations. It doesn't matter if you can go and give a presentation in 5 minutes with your eyes closed while you're brushing your teeth. It doesn't matter. If you're not getting somebody on a call with you, it's not as effective, you know? So if you're doing 1,000 presentations and nobody sign up, you have to take a step back and say, hey, listen, am I getting people on the call with me? You know, whether it be, you don't have to get somebody on a call with you to do the presentation for you, but at the end, you know, get somebody on to give a testimonial, you know, why they're doing it as well. So the prospect can see a bigger picture with this, a bigger vision, like, okay, this is more than just my friend giving me a presentation. There's actually, this is teamwork, you know? So also along with that, with getting people on a call with you, it allows people to see that, look, we work as a team. It's not just me in this by myself, you know, we're both doing this together. So it's going to be a teamwork, you know, because you're selling people on the family aspect, the team part. But whenever people see somebody else get on a call with you, it allows them to be like, okay, this is actually how this is done, you know. So that's a way as well. So.
All right, can you just hit marketing director already so we can put you on a national stage, please? That would be great.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah. But I want to touch on that a little bit more. Also, Crystal, HV, incredible, bro. There's some really good comments here in the box too. I want to touch on those as well because there's a lot of different avenues and there's a lot of good nuggets like that are coming into this call. I really, really hope the ones that are paying attention will grow from this call. You have to focus on the personal development. You have to understand that you do not hit director. You become a director. You do not hit marketing director. You do not hit regional marketing director. You start to become that person. And where that starts is in your mind. All the secrets to the rank that you want to get to are hidden between the pages of personal development books and audios. 100%. So if you're not feeling it and you are in a rut, number one, add the fun back into your life. David, I'll never forget that call 3 or 4 years ago, bro, when I called you. And like you just called it out like right off the rip. I know you remember that, dog. I think I might have been a director at the time trying to push for Mark. I don't know. I don't really remember what rank, but he was like, dude, just add the fun back in it. Stop your commission breath is what you just said. That was hilarious. Like I was focusing on the money so much that I stopped chasing the lifestyle and the fun that we initially signed up for. So focus on the fun. Rule number one, Eric Grzybowski talks about is the fun and personal development. You have to focus on those. And leading in with what HV said, you're going to grow. Do you want to touch on any of that else, David, before I get into this question here?
No, that was all good. I was just reading those same questions. So yeah, okay. So HV, great job, bro. Thank you for sharing.
Chirp back in on any of this too, David, here. So what should I say to someone? Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to get to that. What do I say? They ask, what is it for and what should I say? Okay, so one thing that you can spin this off of to put that guard down. Zoom is not the end all be all. One-on-ones are not the end all be all. Travel parties, weekly meetings, this is not the end all be all. You have to start to become a networker and put this into your mind, okay? So what I tell people when I tell people about Zoom and about our weekly meetings or a travel party, okay? I always say, yo, you got to meet the team. 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 This is a great way to meet the team. Look, if you click through 200, all these people on here, there's no common race. There's no common background. There's no common anything but people that want more fun, freedom, and fulfillment out of life. So I always make it about the team. Now, sometime for certain people, Zoom is a little awkward to get people to download and actually set up right. In my opinion, I think it is easier for some younger people than some not so young people, but it's like it's a skill you definitely have to learn a little bit and play around with. FaceTime or start Zoom calling a few of the people in the team to practice a little bit, whatever that was, just like practicing the presentation. The number one thing that I close for on our weekly presentations on Tuesday, I will say, listen to this, I help host a networking event every Tuesday. There will be a short overview of some information. Come out and meet the team. That's my pitch. Dude, I help host an event every Tuesday. Come out, meet the team. It's worth an hour. Like, what could you possibly say to that? Like, I help host a networking event. I help host an event. It's super casual. Wear a tee. Wear a hoodie. Like, what could you have to understand. If you're getting negative responses off of, hey, download this app. Hey, I'm inviting you to a little networking event. If you're getting those like negative responses from that type of invite or that type of information, man, you got to plug into the personal development hard. You know what you also got to do is clean up your damn social media. Okay? These people have been watching you. If you're posting and sharing dumb stuff with a bunch of cuss words and a bunch of half-naked people and negative stuff and all this stuff, they don't know what you're inviting them to, and they're sketched out because of everything you've led them to believe in person, on the phone, or on social media.
Yeah,
like,
that's good stuff, bro. Yeah, watch what you're posting. And again, like whether you're trying to get them to a weekly meeting or trying to get them on a Zoom call, don't say too much first. Like, I'm first finding out if they're free. So you're going to find a time they're free. You're going to clear the date. Then you're going to let them know that you're excited to show them something. Then you're going to tell them to download Zoom or to meet you at this coffee shop or meet you at this travel party location. But you got to follow the order of that. So it's weird to first tell them to download Zoom or first tell them to meet you at this restaurant they've never been to before you've even found out if they're going to be free. Then let them know you're excited to talk to them about something. Then you're finally connecting them to where they're going. And then also we can kind of go back and forth as I'm reading. So
there's so many good things in here, guys. Yeah. Like, this is like regional training level, just so you know. This is gold. Yeah,
let's roll through something. So what do you think about using the videos instead of Zoom? Some people just
I'm going to talk while you're reading those, okay? So look, when it comes to Zoom, use your strengths, okay? I'm made up in work ethic for what I lacked in skill and knowledge. A lot of the stuff that we're talking about is skill and experience. So in the beginning, I got really good at just saying, yo, I'm just getting started, dude. Why you harassing me? Like, it's me at the end of the day. Like, yo, I'm just getting started, you know? Nobody would be like, how was your first day at work? Oh, you sucked it up. You broke the printer. You dropped the crate you're supposed to carry, or you crashed a forklift. Like, you crashed your first day as an Uber driver, you know? Like, you guys got to get your people to understand that it's you. And when they feel that, man, these questions are petty. Like, those will go away when you're just authentically and genuinely reaching out to your people. So like, I got really good at one-on-ones in the beginning because I didn't know what the hell to say over the phone. We didn't have Zoom. I was like, dude, I'm coming over. I mean, use your strength in what you're most comfortable. Some of you on this call, like, want to hang up because we're talking about Zoom. Some of you want to hang up because we're not talking about travel parties. Some of you this, some of you that. Execute your strengths and run with that. Develop the skills for the other on the way. I will drive 2 hours for a one-on-one, almost before I'll even put them on Zoom right now. That's just how I build. David and Crystal are crushing it on Zoom right now, so they're hammering Zoom, okay? So use your strengths when it comes to building the business in the beginning and what you're most comfortable doing then. David, you want to pick up some of these questions?
Yeah, so I see here, so what if you already have a person sold, signed up, ready to sign up, but as soon as you ask them for info specific, like their social security number, they back out? Like, what's an alternative way to get them to do it or just trust you? So yeah, guy, one thing is, don't try to close by yourself. So if you're new and you're trying to get your friends started, like, yeah, you know them, but they don't know anything about this business, and they know you don't really know that much. So if you get them connected with somebody else to help you get that information, that's good. When I get to the social, when I'm filling stuff out, and I do Zoom calls all the time. Another reason I love Zoom is I just share my screen at the end. I can ask your friend if they're ready to get started. And then I just go to worldventures.biz, sign up now. We type in whoever's friend invited them's ID number, and I'm the one pulling it up, typing all their info. And so I get right through all that. And when I get to the social, the same thing every single time I say is, what's your social for tax purposes? And again, on Zoom, they can see me already typing the info. They can see it's a secure website, so they're usually not getting weirded out by any of that. If they do, it's just like, well, dude, you're starting a business. Like, it's America. You got to pay taxes on anything that you get here. And then when you get to the card info, same thing. So the two hardest things to get them to give you are their social and their credit card. Everything else, they'll start filling it out. They got name, birthday, email. They don't even know they're joining yet. But when you get to, so social is for tax purposes, what's your social? And then when I get to the card payment, I just say, the way I get them to start reading off their card or to grab their card is I say, what's the name on the card you want to use? Is it your first name, last name, or is there a middle initial? So I'm just getting them to go, oh yeah, middle initial. Cool. What's the card number? And now we're just rolling right through that. So a lot of times that'll help. And then I was seeing another question up here about, you know, should I do a video or not? Again, like Austin's saying, everything works some of the time, nothing works all the time. The reason I like to physically do the presentation, whether in person or over Zoom, is it forces you to talk about it. You know, worst case scenario, there's videos and stuff that you can go and use, but I like to be able to physically be able to talk to you and show your friend. Understand, like a lot of times people want to use the video because they think, well, the video does a better job than I do. Nobody cares on how good. Again, remember, childlike enthusiasm. If you show a perfect presentation, your friend's thinking, well, I can't do that. Like my presentation, it's way worse for me to do it than somebody that just got started a week ago. Because I can do it like this because I've done it 10 million times. But when they see their friend do it and they suck and they don't know what to say and you can see how bad they are, but then at the end, one of us cleans it up, shares our story, and then they get started. The friend that's joining is like, my buddy sucked. He didn't know anything. He just made money out of this. Like, why couldn't I do this? I had a girl on my team one time. I'll never forget it. She was the worst presenter I've ever seen in my life. We have the travel party going on back in North Dakota. There's probably 20 people in the room. There's like 10 guests. And I make her get up there and do it. And we're at the first slide. And here, I'm just going to share my screen to show you what I mean by this. So we're at the first slide. It was the very first up here. So it's this thing. And she goes, what do I say? So it's looking just like this. She yells back at me in front of the crowd. What do I say? And I say, read the slides. She looks and goes, it doesn't say anything. I said, click the next slide. The name of the company is WorldVentures. Based in Plano, Texas. Like, we're literally had people in the crowd are having to help her as bad as she was at going and explaining everything. We get through it. She's rattling through. She goes too far through. She's dancing, doing cheerleader moves as she's up there. The worst presentation I've ever seen in my life. She gets past the travel part. She goes, what do I say now? I go, you're done. And she goes, yay! The whole entire room signed up. I'm not kidding you. Not one guest did not sign up at that meeting. It was the worst meeting to this day I've ever seen in my life. My point is, it doesn't matter how good it is. They want to look and go, can I do that? So the reason I like that, and yes, people can push play in a video. That's the whole point of why we like that too. But that's why I like to force people out, because if they see you vulnerable, like my first live presentation I ever did, 10:30 p.m., Applebee's, Bloomington, Minnesota. Girl on my team invites a guy who thought he was coming for a date, I'm pretty sure. I'm there in my fancy little button-up. And I open up my computer, and I sucked so bad, halfway through, he goes to the bathroom and never came back. That's how bad my first presentation was, but I just ended up doing another one. And just understand, when you go through it and you're talking yourself, they can feel the passion. Even if you suck at it, they're looking, going, well, geez, I can do that. All they're doing is reading the slide. All they did is get me on an app. I'm at home in my living room. They talked for 10 minutes and my friend got started. Well, I could do that too. So again, we just want to show people this is something you can have fun doing. You can do it in your spare time.
Oh man, so many good good nuggets there. Gosh, it's just so good, man. Just have fun with it, dude. Mess it up as fast as you can. Everybody messes it up in the beginning. The Social Security part is hilarious. Like, you know, this is why you stick with warm market, okay? Every single job application that you filled out, you've put your Social Security on. Now, this is not a job, you're an independent contractor. And whenever they say, what's the social for? Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, this is the part where I send your information to the trafficking system in Europe. That's actually what I say. I say that every time. Oh, this is the part where I send your information to the trafficking system in Europe. And they literally, it is such an icebreaker. They either bust out laughing or they're like scared, but they're like, I'm like, dude, this is a real business. Put your shit in. And then they type it in right away. I swear on everything. That is what I do. So there's multiple different routes, but I'm having fun with it, okay? That's building a friendship. That's building a relationship. And it's a funny story to just say, like, you can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, they're going to build it or they're going to not. All right? So, well, with that being said, we got the RTEs coming up. Clean up social media, channel post, done. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, we've been about 55 minutes, guys. This is absolute gold. Let's try to keep doubling these numbers on Saturdays. Blast this out, invite your people. The next RTE, building from events to events, building from events to events, okay? You should not be overselling for boot camp in Dallas, Texas, when the next Saturday training, the next RTE, yes, we're going to be pushing that, but these are the most. Look through the call. You could be sitting on the couch. You could be driving. You could be taking notes at your office. You could be wherever. You could be helping mom. You could be helping your brother move. You could have headphones in, man. Stay plugged in. That's the gold. Staying plugged in. Whether you like to get on these calls or you felt like annoyed that your friend kept hitting you up to get on these calls, I guarantee you feel better after you get off these calls. That's facts, man. Facts. My dude Kevin looks like he's at work right now still, okay? Like, this is badass that we're able to plug into such a cool. He's like, oh shit, my boss heard me. Okay, so like, this is what it's all about, man, is just staying plugged in. We got every single Saturday here coming into the May 18th is the next RTE. Find that local RTE. Yes, you might have to drive 2 hours. Yes, you might have to drive 4 hours. If you have to drive more than 2+ hours to a training, listen to me. You should be the most motivated out of anybody on this call, because there's some regional trainers on this call now, and we get the numbers on the entire nation. And what that means is that there is no leader, no network within a 4-hour circumference of your home. That means gold mine. That means opportunity. Yes, you're going to have to get hit in the face harder. Yes, you're going to have to take more no's. Yes, more people are not going to believe in you. Yes, there's no weekly meeting to plug into. Step up. This is your chance. Get motivated. Have urgency, or else somebody else is going to end up in your mama's living room doing a Get Paid Nation presentation. So
that's exactly right. So again, it's wveventreg.com, guys. So many gold nuggets on all this, Austin. I appreciate you, brother. HV, thank you again for jumping on. Here's the last thing I'll say on the RTEs. Your upline, the people who probably want you to make money more than you want you to make money, are willing to help you every step of the way. But there's a big but. They will work where they're deserved, not needed. So I will spell it out for the 225 people on this call 58 minutes in. If you're not going to trainings, your leadership and your upline, I'll speak for myself, okay? My wife and I don't work with people that don't go to training. So you either plug in and take your business serious, or you can work it as a hobby and it'll pay you like a hobby. The RMDs and above on this call, I see Corey Brown on this call. He don't work where he's needed. He works where he's deserved. So if you want somebody like Corey Brown, you want a Keo Cooper, you want Jared Omega, you want Austin Grate, you want Crystal Helgeson, you want Rico Gunn to work with you, you better plug into the system, because there's a whole bunch of other people on their team they can work with that are treating their business serious. So if you're not going to go to an RTE for $40 or $50, don't expect the top people in the company to go and help you. They have plenty of people that are less experienced that can help plug in for you. If you want to work individually and personally with those type of people, take your business serious. You take a step to them, they'll take one right back to you, but they're going to match it 50-50. They're not going to try it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. We'll lead you. We're leading you to water. Whether you want to drink and be the next residual earner on the team, the next director of the team, the next person walking stage at Millionaire Boot Camp in Dallas, Texas, it's going to be up to you taking your business seriously. You have to participate in your own rescue. You're in business for yourself, and you don't have to do it by yourself. But there's a lot of people that your upline could work with. If you want it to be you want to be the next one that they help will to the top, take your business serious, get registered for training, show them you're the next one wanting to make it happen, and they will help you do it every step of the way. So appreciate you guys for jumping on. WVEventReg.com. We will see you next Saturday, same exact Zoom number, same exact time. Everyone have a great Easter. Happy Resurrection Sunday. God bless.
Boom.